Do you feel like it's hard for you to get started with a podcast? Do you not know exactly where to go or what to do to actually get your podcast out there to the world so people can hear your message, people can hear about your business, people can support your causes? Well, today I'm going to let you know exactly how to start, where to start, and how to actually put your podcast on a platform. So let's jump into it. Okay, so you guys, a lot of you are having problems with actually starting your podcast, right? You don't know where to start. You don't know what to do. You don't know, what platform to do. And a lot of that comes with also not knowing like equipment. I don't know equipment. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to build an audience. But I really want to do this. But there's some barriers that's stopping me from actually going out and actually doing it. And a lot of times people like to gather the information first and then they like to go with it. But that's not how God works. That's not how God works. God works when you take the steps blindly, right? Now we're not saying take steps blindly and foolishly. We're talking about taking blind steps. We're talking about taking the step to even just step of just trying to figure out more. That's the step toward the right direction. All right. Writing the thing down, vision, and making it plain. These are the instructions that God gives us. When you have an idea, you have something in your heart that you want to do, especially, well, first we need to check with him and make sure that it's in line with what he wants us to do. And if it is, if he's been telling you, like most of you guys here, God's been telling you, hey, start a podcast, and yet you're still sitting there waiting. You're still sitting there waiting. But if he tells you to do something and it's in your heart, because God gives us the desires of our hearts. And we think when we hear that God gives us the desires of our heart, we think that he's going to give us the things that we want, which is true. But what that passage is really meaning is that the desire that you have, that comes from God. God gave you that desire. God made you want that thing because he knows that that's the thing he needs to push you to. And so when he gives you the desires of your heart, then you're supposed to write the vision down, make it plain. All right. Then ask and you shall receive. Okay. But then you have to have mustard seed faith, right? But faith without works is dead. I know that's a lot, but it is. But the first thing is I get it in my head, I write it down, and then I take action steps. That's what the Bible tells us to do, right? That's what God tells us to do. So get it in our head, we put it down on paper, and we take action steps. We take steps toward the things. So the first thing we need to do is we need to write down step by step what it is we need to do. Even if that's first, learn about how to get started with podcasting. All right, cool. So what do? You seek out information. The Bible also says now, seek wise counsel. You see how the Bible just gives us all of the information that we need? Seek wise counsel. Seek counsel of many, okay? So there's a reason why LeBron James, and we're not going to get into LeBron, Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan debate here, but we're going to say there's a reason why LeBron James invest over $1 million into his body every year. Why? One, because he understands that his body is the thing that makes money for him. So he knows it requires the use of his body, that he's going to have to take care of it. So he's going to take care of his body every way. He's going to get nutritionally on track. He's going to get physically on track. He's going to get mentally on track. Okay. He's going to go out and he's going to practice and he's going to get his muscle memory together. Okay. To know what it feels like to make a shot. He knows what it feels like to be under pressure and making a shot. All right. He knows all of those things, but he invests in his body as far as putting the right foods in, getting somebody to stretch him, having somebody, a chiropractor. I don't know exactly what he does, but I'm saying, I've read articles about that. He invests in his body because that's the thing that's bringing him his income. Okay. And so because he does that, I'm just speculating here, but I'm sure it's along the lines is the same. I can't remember everything that was in the article, but along these lines, it's the same. He probably has a nutritionist. So he seeks wise counsel of a nutritionist. He probably has a personal coach that works on his skills, not his coach, not the Lakers coach, but a specialized coach that he pays to help him work on his game. He probably has a physical trainer, all right? Somebody to actually work him out. He probably has a chiropractor, okay? He probably has a spiritual advisor, okay? He probably has 5 different people. That's what the Bible is saying. Seek wise counsel. Seek counsel of many, all right? Because you can't do this on your own. You need people, all right? You need people to do this. And so when you have people to help you, then you're going to do this. All right, so the next thing is we need to seek wise counsel from someone who has been there and who has done this and can lead you down the right path. Okay? Whether that's me or somebody else, I don't care. You just need to find somebody to help you, regardless of who it is. Okay? Now, I'd like you to come to me because I'm the person that can guide you to where you need to go. But I'm just the guide, and I can help you get to where you're trying to go. So get the vision, write it down, write the vision down, make it plain, take action steps, and seek wise counsel, okay? Seek the wise counsel of many, all right? And so since that's the blueprint of what we have going on, the next thing that we're going to do, the very next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some information, and I'm going to give you that information today, all right, about how to actually get started with a podcast. And I'm going to tell you how I actually got started podcasting. Me and my wife actually got started podcasting. I had heard about podcasting, from long time ago. I never thought that it would be something that I would actually do. Because I had a radio show when I was in college at Alfred State. Go Pioneers. When it was Alfred State College, a junior college, it's Alfred State. It's still, I think it should be Alfred State University now, because it's a Division III school now. So I went there and had a college radio show with me and my friend TJ, and we had that town. I'm talking about that little town of Alfred and Hornell, if you guys know the area. We had that place rocking. We played all the latest music. We had talk ready. It was like talk radio, and we got people ready on Friday nights. It was a Friday night thing, and it was Saturday night thing. It was off the chain. People loved it, man, and it was a great show. So, but I thought that was it. I loved entertainment, but one day my wife had went to a training because she taught high school. I taught high school as well too, but I think this is the time we both were working in high school, and she went to a training, what we call professional development. It's basically just like an all-day training for teachers. They don't have to go to school. We don't have to go to work. We just go to the training, right? So she went to this training, and she sat in on this one guy who was an audio video teacher just like me at another school in the county, and he told her about this app that she can actually podcast right on the app, and he showed them how to go through it, and they did it, and she fell in love with it. So she came home to me, and she's like, "Hey, let's start podcasting." And I was like, "Okay, cool, I'm with it," because I had talked to one of my other friends about podcasting. We just didn't know what we were going to talk about, and I knew how to record it. I just didn't know where to put it, And so my wife came home and said, "You can put it up here." It's like, "Oh, cool, that's the thing." And so that's when I realized, hey, look, this is the thing that's going to take us to the next level. Like we're gonna put this podcast out, people are gonna love it, and blah blah blah. Actually, I didn't know really what to think, but my first initial thought was, oh, we're gonna put this out, and people are gonna love it. They're gonna listen to us, and we're gonna just do very, very well, right? And so we got together and we thought about taking like we're gonna do this relationship podcast, right? We're gonna talk about our relationship. So we put our first episode out, and it actually did very well. Much to my surprise, it was getting lots of views, and our very first episode is still to this day the most viewed, the most watched or listened to episode. All right. And so we got on this app, and we put everything together on the app, and I thought it was so neat and amazing. Well, I actually took stuff and took it off of the app and created off the app and then uploaded to the app. But I saw that you can do stuff right on the app. And so it was great. So I want to talk to you guys about that app today, and I want to give you some play. I'm gonna point you to this place, and that I want you to go. It's called Spotify for Podcasters. Okay, Spotify for Podcasters. So you can go to Spotify. Or is it podcasters.spotify.com or Spotify.podcasters.com? I think it's podcasters.spotify.com. Okay, so on that, that's an app for your phone. Works for Apple and Android. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and download that app. All right, or you can just go to it on the computer. Once you do that, sign up for an account. It's a free account. This is what we call a podcast hosting system. Okay, on this system, you can create a podcast. Once you create a podcast, it's going to automatically be on Spotify. Then it allows you the ability to put your podcast on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. I'm sorry, not Apple Music. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and a few more other places where it's going to get you out. I'm talking about to a wide audience, and you want to put it on every single one of those because most people think that they are only going to get United States like traffic. No, you're going to get international traffic. And international traffic comes from all those other sites. And you want that international traffic because you want to be global and not local. We got to start thinking globally, right? So you got to start thinking globally. So get on the app. Now the app goes right on your phone, or like I said, you can do it on the computer. And then, so as I was going through the app with my wife, I was looking at all of the features and I said, oh, you can record right here in the app. And so that's what made it even better because you don't have to get a whole bunch of equipment, right? We didn't have to get equipment. I got equipment because I wanted it to sound crisp. I wanted to sound top of the line, and I wanted it to be to rival other podcasts, and we did. And because of our audio quality, it did good. But you don't have to worry about that though. Like you can literally use your phone with this app and create the podcast right on your cell phone, and you don't need anything else. That's the beauty of it. That is the beauty of this app. So you don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You don't have to worry about having any fancy equipment. It happens right there on the app. Right? So we start looking through there, and I saw, okay, we can record, we can put in transitions, we can do a bunch of different things right here with the built-in tools, and they were so simple and so super easy to use. When I say simple and easy to use, I'm talking about like they got pictures. It's like, have you ever seen the running joke of people that, not to say anything's wrong with working at McDonald's, but the people that work at McDonald's, they got like the little pictures and you just hit the picture, right? That's kind of how it is. Like you just hit the picture. You hit the picture, that's what you did to do, right? And you just sit there and literally you can just hold your phone up and then talk just like I'm talking right now into the thing, and then hit end, and then it creates a file for you already, and you create a podcast, and you can literally just release that. And then then after that, it's as simple as hitting next, putting in a title, and then hitting next and hit upload, and then it's boom, you're on Spotify immediately. And if you link it to Apple Music, or I keep saying Apple Music, Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts and all the other places, it'll automatically show up there too. Like with a push of a button, it shows up on all these places. You don't even have to go and upload it to every single area. All you need to do is upload it to that one place, and then it's going to shoot out to all those other things. Isn't that amazing? Wouldn't you want to be able to do that? Wouldn't you like to be able to record right on your phone and then actually put your voice out there and actually be out there as one of the people and gain an authority with the industry, in the industry that you're in, or helping people get over a problem that you got over? Wouldn't you guys like that? Of course you would. It would be amazing. It'd be amazing to be able to do that. And so this app gives you the opportunity to do that without having to worry about any equipment or anything like that. So just to recap, you're going to go to Spotify or podcasters.spotify.com. You're going to sign up for a free account. Once you sign up for a free account, name your podcast, all that stuff. Don't worry about the artwork just yet. Put a placeholder in there. And then go ahead and start getting your episodes together. Use the intuitive tools there. The easy to use tools. The easy to use tools that are embedded into the app to record, and then name it and upload it. That is simple. It's as simple as that. And you're on your way to starting and launching. You actually have launched. But when I say launch, I'm talking about a whole different gamut of stuff, right? Launching is getting it out there. That's putting your podcast out. When I say launch, I'm talking about how to actually build an audience before you actually get started and get your stuff out to a wide variety of people, right? So with that being said, man, those are the things that you need to do, okay? Those are the things that you need to do. I told you, I got you. Keep listening, and you're gonna be okay. All right. For those of you who want to be in the Table Builder Society, man, link is under this video. Link is in the show notes. All right. And with that being said, man, remember that everything you do today affects your future. So remember tomorrow. I'm Derek Harper, and I will see you in the next video.